What's going on, everybody? Welcome to T3G, and today we're reviewing the DeepCool GAMMAXX 400 CPU cooler, and let's go ahead and get right into it.
Right off the bat, as you can tell, this product can be used for any socket that currently is available and might be used. Comes with a single blue LED 120mm PWM fan, and it claims that it is silent, but of course we will be the judge of that in our test. And of course the fan has a 4-pin connection, and since it is a PWM fan, you can control it with your motherboard's PWM capabilities or software like SpeedFan. And like a lot of other aftermarket coolers out there, it does have 4 copper tubes for better cooling performance. The items it comes with, of course, are the mounting for AMD CPUs, Intel 2011 socket CPUs, and the mounting bracket for other Intel CPUs that are not 2011, like the 1155 and so on. It also comes with an additional bracket for the fan, assuming either you ruin the bracket that you are currently using or you want to just add another fan for a push-pull configuration. Either way, it is available. And finally, you do also get thermal compound in a separate packaging and not automatically applied to the cooler, which some coolers do have it already applied to the cooler. This way around, you can actually apply it to the CPU and then install the cooler. Now, the biggest reason I like this cooler and decided to pick it up is because the way the brackets for the mounting of the cooler are set up. You use factory backplates and do not have to worry about using new backplating for CPUs, which if you've installed a few coolers like this, you will know can be a pain on how they mount. Okay, enough on the cooler. Let's go into installing it and see how it performs.
Alright, now after looking at what the product gives us and the packaging, let's go ahead and get into to see how it performs. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at what this system is running on the stock cooler for heat. And the way we're going to be doing this is we're going to be using CPUID hardware monitor, which is going to monitor our CPU temps. And then also as well, we're going to be running Prime 95 just for the CPU test, just so we can get that amped up and have it running as possible, as tough as possible, so that way we can see where the heat kind of sits at. And then once we do that, we're going to go ahead and let it cool down, install the new cooler, and then we'll see how it works with the new cooler. Alright, now as you can see right here on our desktop, we have hardware monitor and Prime 95. I'm going to go ahead and open up hardware monitor. This right here is going to show us our processor, which is the 8320. And then right here for the temperatures, it does show currently it's running anywhere between 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. The minimum is at 22. And then the max so far has been 34. We're going to go ahead and open up Prime here. Alright, and here as you see, we're going to be running the small FFTS. That's mainly going to run the CPU, no RAM utilization there. No, it's not tested. So all we're wanting to do is stress the CPU so we can see what the settings or what the temps run at on here on the left side. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to run this for a few minutes and then we'll get back to it to see what the max is on the temperature.
A few moments later.
Alright, it's been running for a little bit and looks like our high for the temp is 77 degrees Celsius. That is actually what it's at right now. It's dropping down between 76 and 77. And right here, as you can see, the max has been 77 degrees. It is the stock cooler, and I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I'll put the mic here just a moment next to it. But the fan is extremely loud, so we'll also have to see if how the next one sounds as well. So let's go ahead and just hear that fan real quick. Alright, now after seeing what it runs at for speed wise and hearing the fan and it's still pretty loud, let's go ahead, shut this off, let it cool down, install the new hardware and see what happens next. Let's see if this cooler is worth the $30 price. just got done installing the cooler. Let's go ahead and run the same tests and see what we get.
A few moments later.
Alright, here we are back. About the same running time. Ultimately 59 degrees. My apologies. The highest temperature reached was 42 degrees. And guys, this is the worst case scenario. I mean, this is literally stressing the CPU maxed out 100%. As you can see here, 100% running at 42 degrees max. That's crazy. So yeah, 14 low, 42 max. Let's go ahead and finish this video up. So there it is, guys. The DeepCool GAMMAXX 400. Honestly, I'm truly surprised. I knew it was gonna make the temperature better, but I believe we're at 42. We were at 72 last time around. That's a 30 degrees difference in Celsius. That's absolutely amazing. I'm truly impressed, and it is quiet. It's absolutely quiet. A few things I want to say. I noticed there were reviews on this CPU on Newegg, which is where I got it. Somebody said it was the worst thing they've installed. It was the biggest pain to install. This was the easiest CPU cooler I've ever installed, and I've installed a lot. I've installed all-in-one liquid coolers and coolers like this. By far the easiest, as easy as a stock cooler. I honestly don't know what that person was talking about. I can't explain how excited I am that this was such an easy installation. Good job, DeepCool. Really, that's all I can say is good job, DeepCool. Do I recommend this at $30? Absolutely, 100%. The fan does have a blue LED on it, like I said earlier. It actually works out really well. This case doesn't have a window, but it does look like it's a pretty bright cooler, or decently bright LED. The fan is extremely quiet for running at max CPU. It ramped up to about 1500 RPMs, about a little over that, maybe 1550, and it wasn't loud at all. It was maybe a quarter of what the previous one is, and obviously the previous one was this thing. So it's just a stock AMD cooler. It does have heat pipes, it does have copper heat pipes, but it just doesn't do the job that the other one does. And I would say a lot of that has to do, of course, the size fan that you have on these. These are probably 80, maybe 90 millimeters at biggest, compared to a 120 millimeter fan. So that is definitely a bonus. Another bonus, of course, is that you can control the fan speed with software. So if you have a specific software that you use to control fan speed, you can do it on this one, and that's definitely a bonus on that. Final thoughts, $30, worth it, buy it, highly recommend it. I can't really stress it anymore. That's it, guys. That's our review on the DeepCool CPU cooler GAMMAXX 400, GAMMAXX. I don't know how to say it. And as always, make sure to check the description below on all items used in this video. And I do want to mention, of course, make sure this was not just a regular cloth, it was a microfiber cloth that I used on the CPU cooler, or CPU itself, when I was cleaning it. And these two are the Artic Clean 1 and 2. The one is the material remover, and then this one's the purifier. And then I will make sure these are linked down there below as well. That's it. Make sure you guys like the video if you liked it, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.